Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel, welcome back to my shop. Today in a shop we have for regular maintenance this beautiful 2014 Toyota Corolla L. My friend was recently interested in purchasing it, so I did a very detailed inspection for him and it showed up that it's pretty solid, tight car, and he actually bought it a day later. It's really cute. It has a 74,762,000 miles, 74,000 miles, and there were just few typical problems like cabin air filter, which was probably original and absolutely disgusting, so I throw it away immediately. Then probably the only last thing was right here in the back, that timing chain tensioner seal leaking. Let me get a light for it. Oh, magic. Can you see it? So it's on the back of the engine, passenger side. It's very common, and fixing this problem, it's not very costly. Another surprise was battery. If you inspect the car, you see this sticker, hey, don't skip testing. This battery is actually bad. The tester said state of health and state of charge were very minimal. Internal resistance huge, so this will be replaced by him soon too. But the vehicle is 6 years old, has 74,000 miles. And what I told him, and hopefully you will agree, I told him if it was mine, I will immediately replace the fluid in CVT transmission. Constantly variable transmission. So today I will replace that cabin air filter and do that transmission fluid replacement. Let's go and get it started. And I have ready here this cleaned catching pan for that fluid. Number one, the owner is interested to see the quality of the fluid after he just bought it and it has 74,000 miles. Number two, you know from my different videos, I like to measure what I get out of that transmission too. I didn't do in the past this exact year, 2014 Corolla with a CVT, so I want to measure what I will get out. Why? Well, if you look in the owner's manual, it says the fill in this tranny, and this year could have a manual transmission, normal automatic transmission, and also CVT. So the manual says that in this case there should be roughly 7.9 quarts in that whole system. You will see we will get out way less. And the experts between you, they already know why the wheel is off. Because the filler plug is actually hidden behind this panel, this splash shield. Here is the engine pan and here is that CVT pan. This is our drain plug, so let's go and get that old fluid out. So hopefully you can nicely see from here what I'm doing. The tool is hex number 6. So grab a popcorn, get seated, and let's observe how this fluid is good or bad. Did I make a mistake telling him that he should flush this transmission? We will see. Let me check. Oh, you didn't see it. Yeah, good, I came back. So the plug with the washer is coming out. I will hold this up first so I don't spray all over the camcorder. Forgive me for a few seconds, and then I will lower it so you can see it. Okay, good. It's coming out. It's coming out against the light. You will think it's not so bad, but as you know, in the pan it will look completely different. This is detail of the plug with that crush washer. I don't think it has any magnet. I should have not wiped it off, but there was like a gray small shavings on it, but I don't think it's magnetic. It was just sitting on it because it's there in the fluid. And now we will continue our procedure with removing the overflow tube. So I'm taking the same hex number 6. I will put it in this opening. It apparently went inside of something nice and tight, and that's that overflow tube. And if you keep turning, you will basically get out a piece of plastic. Of course it's slippering because the fluid is slippery, but you will see in just a second it's coming out. And we will continue basically draining this transmission pan. This tube is there for adjusting the fluid level. You see how it's suddenly coming out? Let's see if the camcorder will catch the detail of it. Of course it does. So that was that hex 6, and it was in that tranny pan this way. And this is for adjusting. If you want to adjust that level, fluid level in it, you will be following certain conditions. And when the fluid starts only overflowing in very slow manner, it's called trickle. When the fluid is only trickling out, then you are closing the whole pan, and you know the level is absolutely perfect. And while it's dripping, I will start removing this plastic panel to gain access to that filler bolt. Of course, Toyota is constantly improving the products. And before, there was 2 10mm and 1 plastic fastener, and that was immediately giving you access to that filler plug. Well, guess what? Toyota must thought that was too easy, and that they extended that plastic and they put it continuing up here, so we will be dealing with way more screws, way more plastic fasteners. Geniuses, right? They are hiring a bunch of geniuses. They apparently have nothing to do, just make things harder. And as I said before, that was it, and that will be it. Well, now we gotta continue further down to the front. Why this shield is there, I have no idea, but you know what, this is the way to do it. I'm trying to show it to you, so sorry, you have to wait. There's one more here. You always hope that you don't break them. Obviously that plastic is getting old, so it can shatter. And did I do a good job? Was that enough? Or there's some kind of hook in it? My goodness, this is absolutely unbelievable. Why people, why? And I can hear it still dripping, so let's wait. And let's see, where is that filler board? Do you see this one? That, you know, that 24mm? Do you see what's written on it? It's actually FE. And this is what it means. This means that you better make absolutely sure you will go and get this CVT Fluid FE from Toyota. Now I will warn you, get mentally ready that these cans will cost you arm and leg, but I will still recommend to you, don't try to put something else in this transmission. Please do yourself a favor, pay this money and put only correct fluid in it. We will do that today. By the way, I reviewed this on this channel in the past, and I mentioned the prices and so on. I don't remember right now out of my head what I paid for it, but there's a video about it. Now, this was dripping for approximately 15 minutes. You see it's slowed down to really almost nothing. So I will go and start putting that overflow tube back. Now it's not dripping, so I will carefully help myself with this ratchet. But this is a piece of plastic, so the moment you feel resistance where it stops, don't you force it, it will break. It will make a damage. So this video basically is trying to show you that you can do this by yourself. I will be flushing it, I will be doing it multiple times, but you can at least replace the fluid in this CVT. Oh yeah, did you see it? And the moment I hit it, that end, I'm done. I will not continue forcing it. And that's it for that overflow. Now I can clean it again a little bit. And for you, if you do this, whatever we will get out, that's already, I will say, preventative maintenance, despite the fact you will not remove all of the fluid. It's better than just leaving it in and running the old fluid in the CVT, which is obviously a bad idea. This, if you are doing, you can put a new crush washer, it's aluminum, nice torque, nice and snug. The plug, looking at that fluid, I'm very happy. I recommend it to the new owner that he will flush this tranny. As I said, I'm doing this drain and refill multiple times. Yep. Not sure if you can see it, but it's coming out of this pan. I'm also looking in the pan, what you don't see, but I'm looking for possible particles and so on. But when it will stop, I starting having idea that if you want to do only one replacement, that means you will do it more frequently and the fluid will be coming out still nice and clean. You will need more than 2 quarts. The quarts are here, so it's a 2.2. right now we caught 2.2 of the quarts of this fluid. Now if you do it drain and refill more frequently, how you get that new fluid, in our case 2.2 roughly in it, well, 24 millimeter socket on that plug which says FE, and carefully crack it open. Boom. It wasn't over tight or anything. This is definitely still factory, it was never opened. I will show you the detail of the plug and its washer. Can you see it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? So that was that FE on it, and they're trying to make sure that you will never put anything else in it by the accident or trying to save some money, which will be foolish in this case. And this design, in my opinion, it's very good for DIYers, people who do it yourself, because you can use gravity while pouring. You can have all kinds of adapters like this, correct, which will fit nicely in this opening, and you can have some kind of funnel on top of it, and you can start filling that transmission. Even this, with a little bit of imaginary thing, you can bend it a little bit and start carefully pouring those 2.2 in. What I use in my shop is this ginormous Mighty Vac syringe, which has perfect scale in liters and quarts, and this will help me to pump exactly amounts I want of that CVT fluid. So you just open it this way, pour it in, and you are ready to start putting that fluid inside of the tranny. This is 1.5 quarts, so to do 2.2 I can just start with a 1. I will set it to the 1, and I can carefully, this filming picture so slow, I will carefully start pouring it to have that exact measure, because it comes in these weird cans, and guess what, you cannot see, there's no, on the side of the can there's not that clear area where you can see how much you have in it. It says it has 4 liters. This phone will drive me crazy, absolutely. So you see the color of the fluid, you saw what we got out. So these cans are 4 liters, which is a little bit more in quarts. What is 4 liters in quarts? Doesn't even say on it. So I will do 1, and then I will do 1.2, and that will be for you if you do the same thing, right? Do you see how slow? Because that's the way you are dealing with this fluid. I don't want to spill it, I don't want to have it on the floor everywhere. Alright, so that's the measure. I can close it. This is the top. Trying to show it to you. If you ever wanna buy this, I can highly recommend it. Really good tool. How much was it? I don't remember, sorry, I have it for a while. It has a locker that will be closed, open, and now look how easy for me, even if it was above me, which is not, nicely I'm pushing that first quart in. Of course, this syringe gives you also option to suck it from this can and then just put it upside down and see how much you have inside. All of this is possible with this system, correct? So when I put it upside down, here is the start. So did I put exactly 1.2 for the purpose of this? Yep. This is actually 1.2. If you have this tool, and you can finish your drain and refill this way. If it was you, and you are doing only drain and refill, you will clean up the tiny little spill, which always happens. You can put a new crush washer and close this area. You will know you put nicely 2.2, exactly what you got out, that you have it inside, and you can continue happily using this vehicle. In my case, I will close it, I will run the transmission through the gears and so on, and then I will repeat it, because I'm diluting that large amount of fluid. We said almost 8 quarts, right? So I'm only diluting it and making that fluid better and better. So I will do it 3 times, then I will measure that level with that overflow, but I'm sorry, I'm absolutely getting backwards on the time. The filming is extremely slowing me down, and I have to have this vehicle ready for the customer. And I will call this video, since I cannot finish it as a flush, I will call it replacement, the fluid replacement. As we said, we got 2.2 out, the whole fill is almost 8, so it's good to do it multiple times. Some of you put in the comments that every third oil change you will do this also, and that keeps the nice fluid, new fluid inside, and you don't have to do these flushes, correct? Just a common sense. So it's totally up to you. On my vehicles I do the same. Approximately third oil change, I just drain the transmission fluid and put a brand new one, and I can sleep good in the night, and I know I did maximum for prolonging the life of the transmission, which of course the replacement will be very expensive. So I apologize, today I have no time to show you the adjustment of the level and so on, but let's hope it will happen in the future, and at least you see the steps, you know what is the access points and what tools you might purchase to put that new fluid in. Thank you for watching and have a great Thanksgiving. See you later, my friend.